Spencer Nussbaum, we'll start with you. Go ahead, Spencer.
Hey, Coach. How's it going today?
It's going well. How are you?
I'm doing quite well myself. So I know obviously it's still day 2 and you're still, establishing things. But you still do have one of the most talented and deepest backcourts in the WNBA. I'm curious, compared to last year, how you think your game plan might change with the new additions in the backcourt, and if there are any challenges as well as affordances with having to mix and match everyone.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had Kennedy yet, so we haven't really had. She just had some stomach issues, so missed yesterday and today, but we should be back tomorrow. So we haven't had a chance to kind of put her in and mix her with Odyssey or mix her with Aerie or. So, we haven't seen all of that yet. I think we are deep. I think, we have a backcourt that is pretty interchangeable. We can run a lot of handoff actions and zipper cuts and actions that get those guards on the move. And so whether it's Odyssey and Aerie, or it's Odyssey and Kennedy, or mix Courtney and, with that backcourt gives us a lot of options. And I think, you just don't know. I mean, it's a good year to be deep and have balance, because not only do you always have injury issues and recovery issues in this league, but now you have COVID issues that are very real, and it could be as simple as a false positive. So whether players are vaccinated or not vaccinated, or what situations arise, there's very possibly false positives out there that'll cost somebody 48 hours, even to get back in the swing of things. So I think that's the important part about having depth. I think we can really pressure the basketball that way. Yes, there are times we're going to be small, but I think we're small and tough. And I think if we were small and not tough, it might be an issue. But we'll play 2 small guards a lot of the time. So just excited to see them all compete together. They got really after it today. Aerie's pressure, Odyssey's pressure on the ball, they really challenged each other today.
Next question's from Edwin Powell. Go ahead, Edwin.
Good afternoon, Coach.
Good afternoon.
Just curious, what did you like out of your squad today from practice? Maybe 2 or 3 things that they really did well today?
I think, a lot of it was toughness. I mean, we're trying to let them learn to play together. It reminds me a lot of our first season here, where a lot of new faces, trying to fit all the pieces together. A big part of it is we certainly are going to stop and teach, but we have to let them play through, and probably unlike any other year in the league, we've got a lot of players that haven't been overseas and aren't coming directly from overseas. And so they have to play their way into shape. Some of them have been home for a couple months. Some of them never went over there. And so, I think it's fighting through fatigue, screening and executing when they're tired. And so I thought our energy was still good. I think that's important. That's the most important thing to me, that we've got positive energy in the gym. And I thought they really competed at a high level. It wasn't always pretty, but I thought they really competed at a high level. So that's probably what I'm most proud of, and I think the toughest part is always, day 3. We tend to go in training camp 3 days on, 1 day off. So it's always that 3rd day when fatigue sets in, like much earlier in the practice, and so really challenging them to focus. We're not putting in 100 plays. And so because of that, it's about, executing them. And obviously our defense, when they're playing against each other, knows what they're running. So it's even more important that their cuts are sharp, that they're working to get open, that their angles are good on their screen. So for us, it's a little bit more of that than some teams in this league that have maybe played together more. And it's about adding sets and really having a huge playbook at this point. For us, it's about having a small playbook and executing it well, and really learning to play with pace without turning the basketball over.
Raphael Haynes, go ahead.
Hey, Coach Nicki, how are you doing? This is Raphael with the 3-point conversion. Good to see you again.
All right.
And wanted to ask you, with so many pieces you have, with Aerie coming in and all of the free agents you have, how do you I guess put these pieces together and see what you want to do in such a small manner of time? You only have 2 preseason games. So are you starting already, like as of today, putting these pieces together and then seeing what you have and how to, play them together?
Yeah, I mean, we're just starting. I mean, we haven't had Kennedy for 2 days. We didn't have Shatori and Cheyenne yesterday, but we did today. So yeah, I mean, these first 2 weeks, I mean, we're gonna play a preseason game on Saturday after 5 practices, and so all of that gives us good tape. It gives us opportunity to see where we were good, what we have to fix, who likes the ball where. We're a team that we haven't had a pick and pop post since I've been here, like a true pick and pop post from the 3-point line. And we're missing that a little bit, so that's something we're emphasizing. Like, if you see the post in front of you helping, that means your pop is open. And so, we know we have to continue to get better at sharing the basketball. I think right now our hearts are in the right place. And I think we're not trying to be selfish with the basketball. We've got a lot of playmakers on this team, but really learning to give it up when they need to, and that the ball will come back to them. Our talk all the time is that we want the ball to have energy, and the ball just can't get stuck. And we're not an isolation team. I don't want to be an isolation team. That's not how I coach. It's not what I want to see. So them really understanding how to flow from one action to the other. And it was a first chance to see what Cheyenne looked like on the court with Elizabeth, and what Mo looked like with Tiana. So yeah, I mean, our lineups are going to change every day in practice, so that we get a look at what matchups work well together, what players work well together, who's the best post feeder, who screens the best, and then plan accordingly. But it's, the truth be told, like, this is a league that sometimes, like, that when the lights turn on, you get something different from a player too. So as long as they're grinding and working, sometimes you see another level, another kind of dimension of a player, even in a preseason game where we won't have fans, when it's against another team. But I'm also a big believer in, players not showing me what they can't do, but doing what they're good at, because I think that's how you make a good team. You put everybody's best pieces together, and collectively we get the best of everybody, as opposed to, one player trying to showcase all the things that they're capable of doing. So, just kind of really working on that with them, getting them to understand that, an assist is as valuable, or a hockey assist that, is really important in terms of our ball movement and keeping everybody involved.
And last question for Nicki. We'll go back to Spencer Nussbaum. Go ahead.
Sure. So I guess I'd like to ask about the backcourt again. You talk about not having an isolation team, moving off ball, things of that nature. I'm curious, with having potentially Odyssey and Aerie on the court at the same time, what their speed could potentially do to other teams, and then what that would look like versus running maybe one of them with Kennedy or one of them with Courtney.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, they both are good with the ball in their hands in transition, and so they're very interchangeable. Aerie's speed is even shocking, I think, when you see it live. I mean, north and south, she just gets downhill so quickly. So for her, it becomes everybody's big at this level, so it's about, am I making a good decision once I get to the paint? Because so often the play is not going to be shot for her when she touches the paint, and so really feeling, is it the kick out? Is it the drop? Is it the early pocket on a drag? Odyssey has a little better feel of that because she's been in this league longer. She hostage dribbles a little differently. But I think what it does is allow you to get into a lot of guard to guard actions where you're trying to get the best matchup for one of those guys, to get downhill. And then once again, it just becomes, are they doing a good job of decision making once they touch the paint? Because I think they're both hard to keep from the paint. And then once again, I mean, and Kennedy's the same way. Like, Kennedy is hard to keep in front. She can touch the paint just about any possession. So, it becomes, very important for us that we are finding open shooters, that we're finding open posts on the roll, and doing the best job we can of, kind of staying out of that long 2 range where we're not taking a lot of 16 to 21 foot shots. So the more we probe, the more we touch the paint, and kick out, I think the better offensive team we will be.
All right. Thanks, Coach.
You got it.
All right. We've got Courtney Williams here. We'll go ahead and start with Edwin Powell. Go ahead, Edwin.
What's up, Courtney? How are you doing?
What's happening? I'm like,
Good. Just curious, being from that you were on the team last year, what are some things from a team perspective that you feel that you guys have to get better to be kind of more competitive this year?
I think it's just meshing. You know, I think it's just building up that chemistry. Now that we have more time to actually be able to do that, I think we'll be fine this year.
All right, Spencer Nussbaum, go ahead.
Hey, Courtney, how's it going?
It's happening. I'm like,
It's good to hear. I'm curious over the first couple of days what you've seen from your new teammates and just in general what your expectations for the season are.
I think I've been seeing everybody competing. You know, I think it's been very competitive so far. And I think I know that's all we can do. You know, is just compete and work hard. And just make each other better each day. And like I said, I think we'll be fine. I think we're gonna have an exciting season this year. We got some pieces that I think, you know, we was missing last year. So I think once we're able to mesh and get that chemistry going, like I said, we're gonna be an exciting team to watch.
Raphael Haynes, go ahead.
It's Courtney. How are you doing today?
What's happening? I'm like,
All right, yeah, it's Raphael from the 3-point conversion. Man, you all right now look like you all have, if not the most, one of the most explosive backcourts in the league coming into training camp. Does that help you all playing against each other to get you all better? And then has it been competitive so far?
oh yeah, for sure, man. It's been super competitive. Like you said, we have some amazing guards, and I think going head to head each day and making each other better. Yeah, man, it's definitely been competitive for sure.
And Spencer, we'll go back to you. Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, not basketball related, but I think a lot of people want to know more about the upcoming YouTube series. If you could, the couple of posts you put on Instagram a few days ago, if you could just shed some light on that.
Tell me and my shorty.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's gonna be dope, man. Y'all follow that. You know what I mean? Just a tap into my life, me and my girl life. It's exciting. You know, if you see some of my posts, it's very unconventional, but we unconventional people, so it's gonna be exciting, man.
Raphael, we'll go back to you for the last question. Go ahead.
Courtney, with your you have a great spirit, you know, fun, loving that. Are your teammates starting to, because Cheyenne is the same way, you know, and she's coming in. Are the teammates starting to gravitate towards that? Like, do you feel like you all are starting to be that family? I know last year was weird and different, but now are y'all starting to have that feel where, okay, we a family, we having fun, we're gonna do it this year?
I mean, shit, my bad. We only did it for 2 days, you know what I'm saying? So I think, you know, as we continue to spend more time with each other, I think our personalities will mesh even more. But, you know, we only been here 2 days so far. So I can't say, you know, what'll happen, what won't happen. You know what I mean? But I definitely think when you put a lot of happy people in the building, you can only be happy. You feel me?
All right, thanks, Court.
So
All right, we've got Shatori up next. If you have a question for her, go ahead and raise your hand. We're actually going to start with an internal question from Courtney Williams. Go ahead, Courtney.
Shatori, how you felt getting your ass bust all day at practice by me?
Can y'all please ask Courtney whose team won the please. And the
That
game
question
when it's not what
truthfully.
happened.
Answer that question truthfully. How did it feel?
What happened on the game when it shot?
You had help.
Oh my God. Yeah, all right.
Our next real question from Marcel Portout. Go ahead, Marcel.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
What's it been like being acclimated into the team and them welcoming you, and how's the adjustment been joining the Dream?
The adjustment's been really smooth. I'm super blessed and honored to be alongside some of the best guards in the league and play for one of the best coaches. Coach Nicki, I think, is a player's coach and players dream to play for her. You know, she plays to players' strengths, and you can tell the way the players play that, you know, they're out there, they play free, and they play hard for her.
Raphael Haynes, did you have a question? So go ahead.
Hey, Shatori, it's Raphael from the 3-point conversion.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. We got a little of it as far as what's been going on in camp so far. But I was going to ask you, how has the vibe been for you all, and just returning back?
It feels good, just being out there, being competitive, and having fun. I think that's the main thing that we're all having, and coaches included. We're all just having fun, having a great time, and getting better. So those are the main things that we've been doing, learning, getting better, staying competitive.
Spencer Nussbaum, go ahead.
Hey, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing well. So obviously, I mean, it seems outside of your very contentious relationship with Courtney, things seem to be going pretty well so far. I'm curious what, though, even at this point in training camp, what your expectations for the season are.
Win games, get better. It's a marathon, not a sprint. We got a lot of new faces on the team, so obviously it's not going to happen overnight. But continue to build that chemistry and peak at the right time in the season. That's all that matters. Get better each and every day. Get 1% better. And it starts now. It starts early. And I think that we've been doing a great job, even though it's only been 2 days. But like I said, we've been being competitive and having fun and working hard.
Yeah. Raphael Haynes, we'll go back to you.
With the playoff experience that you've had with the previous teams, do you expect to have a bigger voice, or be vocal in helping and giving, I shouldn't say direction, but just giving advice as far as how to prepare yourself and how to play and get to that level?
Yeah, definitely. I just try to pride myself on versatility. So whatever coach needs me to do to go in and be able to defend, whatever, rebound, get out there and run. So just being able to, and also like you said, that playoff experience I have in the previous years, I think that'll be important going down the stretch. But it goes back to, just getting 1% better each day. Like I said, it's a lot of new faces. So, each team is different. And just learning one another. And I think that we have the potential to be a really good team for sure.
A question here in the chat from Yukiri Thomas of Chicks in the Sports. Coach spoke about the positive energy today. Was there one thing that stood out to you today?
The competitiveness. Like it's always fun when it could be competitive because I feel like practice is a direct correlation to the game. So if you take plays off in practice, you're going to take plays off in the game. But we didn't do that today, and everyone was competitive. Everyone wanted to win, and that's. When coach doesn't have to harp on you to be competitive and work hard, the sky's the limit because we wanted it. Everyone's just super competitive and we were making each other better, not caring who was this on whose team, didn't matter. We wanted to play and win. And I thought that was the best thing that stood out. It was fun.
And last question, we'll go to Eric Wilson. Go ahead, Eric.
I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for doing this. Just had a quick question. Which one of the new jerseys is your favorite that you're going to enjoy wearing?
I don't know the names of them, but it's like our blue. It's like a blue one that say ATL on the front. That one is, yeah. That's the one right there. That is the one I'm waiting for. I don't know what name that one is though. What the name it is, but it's like a blue. I think Courtney had it on. That one.
Okay. All right. No, I appreciate it, and best of luck to y'all this season. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Troy. Appreciate it.